What does it mean to use VORs for navigation in a practical application sense? Let's put our hands on this. This is a really nifty free little video game from Pilot Institute called VOR Simulator. It's really great to monkey around with, so it'll give you a really hands-on sense as to how VORs work. I've been using it a lot to help me out on the things that confuzzle me. So let's just play a little game. Let us pretend that we are flying. When all of a sudden, look at that, we're over a restricted area. Let's pretend we have permission to fly over that. Anyway, we're lost. Actually, we're probably in the restricted section because we're lost. So after we get yelled at by the military, and hopefully we don't get F-16s, we need to get back on course. So how do we do that? We know that if we use a VOR, we can tune into the VOR, follow it, and hopefully it'll get us back on course because we were tracking the correct VORs when we were doing our nav logs. We decide that it is in our best interest to tune into DIRC 114.1. And so now we use this handy dandy little device to find where our VOR is. So what we want to do is we want a to flag because it tells us we are going to fly to the VOR. And we also want this needle here to be centered because you can think of that little dot as us, the plane. And you can think of this needle here as the path we want to fly. So let's start twisting knobs. Twisty twist. Well, almost there. And boom. What does that mean? This is basically 030. What this means is that if we turn our plane to a heading of 030 and then center the needle, we should get there. You can think to yourself, well, golly gee, I'm flying a heading of 030, but the needle is in the wrong direction. Well, the reason why the needle is in the wrong direction is because we are deflected off course. If you refer to the video game here, you can see that our nose is pointing off kilter from the VOR. Now, this is great practice because this is a video game and you can see this big blinky circle right there, but in the real world, you're not going to get that. So how do you solve this problem in the real world? When you are flying to a VOR, these dots represent 2 degrees of deflection each to a maximum of 10 in one direction or another. Now, which direction is left and which direction is right? You can think of it as going essentially counterclockwise to clockwise. So if it's a left deflection, that means you are deflected 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 degrees counterclockwise. If it's on the right, you are deflected clockwise. A quick aside, these 2 degrees of deflections only measure at 2 degrees when you are 60, as in 60, nautical miles away from the VOR. If you are further away or if you are closer, they're no longer 2 degrees. But it's something that you got to keep in mind, and it's something that I'm learning, especially now that I'm doing IFR flight. But the point is, more dots equals more wrong. So you want to be unwrong. You want to be right. This needle, which I like to call the bacon, what do? It's not good enough to fly on a 030 because you're not on course. So what you must do is you must chase the bacon. Well, the bacon, as we can see, is to the right of our plane. In the video game, we can see it's also to the right of our plane, so we know that. But in the real world, we don't have that. We only have this. So let us fly forward and turn right to chase the bacon. Ah, the bacon is coming closer. It's coming closer to the circle in the center that represents our plane. Pretty soon we shall have delicious bacon. Oh, I can smell it already. Ah, we have the bacon. Okay, we're going to pause right here. You can't just keep flying ahead because you're going to go off course again. You notice that I might be back on the bearing of 030, but I'm not facing 030. So as good pilots, we must do our due diligence to steer the plane. See, the bacon is going left, so I want to go left. We must steer the plane, chase the bacon, align the bacon, and then make sure that the bacon's bearing, which is 030, is met. So we're holding it. The bacon is drifting slightly, so we slightly chase. And then look at that, we're flying over the VOR. And as soon as we do, boom, the tag went from to from, which means we are no longer flying to the VOR. We are now flying from it, as in it is away from us. We're going to get to that in a minute because that means something a little different than what I'm saying right now. Anyway, we have just flown over the VOR, and sure enough, off of our right wing, there's the airport. Hallelujah, we found our landing place. Great. We're back on course. We get to land. We get permission to enter the Bravo, of course. We can land and then have ourselves a nice, tasty $300 burger. Okay, that is cute and all, but what does from mean? Here's where I got really confused. And in ways, I'm still getting confused because now I have to use these things for IFR flight, and so I have an extra brain workload. If I twist this knob and center it with a from tag, This means that my plane is now located on 100, that's more like 105, but we're going to say 100 for the sake of simplicity. The 100 radial of the VOR, not the bearing. What is the difference, you ask? The radial, you can think of it as the laser beam that the VOR is shooting, okay? You see that red arrow? Think of that as a red laser of doom, and it is shooting straight at us. If that laser beam is shooting at us, then we are on the 100 laser beam. Because as you know, VORs are omnidirectional, hence the O in VOR. So laser beams are shooting all 360. We just simply find a laser beam to tune into. Normally, when we have a 2 tag, we do the opposite of 100, which is of course 280 in this case. So let's swing this all the way around. 280. Cool. Now the laser beam of death is shooting away from us. That means we follow the laser beam. We follow the laser beam, and that's how we can get this nice little bacon chasing thing I'm talking about. But what happens if the laser beam is pointing to you? What happens to the navigation? The bacon, I should say, is going the wrong way. Normally, the bacon should be running away from us, but now the bacon is facing toward us. This is the big confusion in the from tag. In the from tag, everything is backwards, okay? That means that in Soviet Russia, bacon chase you. Watch as bacon chase you as I fly in opposite direction. I fly opposite direction of bacon, and all of a sudden bacon is chasing me and has aligned itself. Okay, that's goofy. What that also means is, remember how I told you that these dots represent counterclockwise on the left and clockwise on the right? Well, guess what, buddy? Now those are reversed. So flying from the VOR, you got to start thinking backwards. So it can really confuse you if you're, swirling your little turning knob here and you're lining up and going like, oh boy, I'm lined up with the VOR. What's going on? Why is it going the wrong? Well, because it has a from tag. So everything is backwards. So you might be asking, why in Sam Hill would we ever use from if it just makes everything backwards and confusing? Good question. I still don't know. But I do know that from can be useful if you are using 2 VORs in order to triangulate your position. I'll give you an example. This is something that I run into a lot in my instrument flights, where I will be flying on a low IFR flight path, which is actually similar to Victor Airways for you VFR folk. But of course, it's using IFR rules. And one of the things that they will do is they will give you points at which you cross where either you need to report your location or maybe it's a point of interest to know that you need to change your altitudes. But the point is that they will give you a point on your path. And in order to find that path, you need a second VOR to triangulate the position where you are at. And let me show you using this nifty video game. So first of all, let's turn on 2 VORs. Second of all, I'm going to create a to and from zone. So now you can see the red from of death and the blue 2 of hope. And then I will do do I need the radials? Yes, I do need the radials. The reason why you're seeing 4 of them is because the second VOR is also turned into Dirk. So we're going to tune that into something different. So number 1 is going to be Dirk. That's what we're flying to. The second one, however, is going to be Bax. We're going to call that Bax. Okay, so we're tuned into Dirk and we got Bax. And so this is where from kind of helps-ish. So if I tune into Dirk, nav 1, I twist my radial and I have the 2 flag, which is good. The blue zone of hope is pointing at me, so I'm not getting fried by the red zone of death. I line that up. Okay, so all I know is that if I fly the 255 radial, sorry, not the radial, the bearing, the 255 bearing of Dirk, I'm going to fly, and there's going to be a point at some point that I need to cross over called Chicken Point. How do I find Chicken Point? Well, according to the IFR chart, in this case, I need to tune in the radial, as in the red zone of death. I need to tune in the radial of, we're just going to call it 330. On the radial of 330, I will pass Chicken Point, in which case I need to call ATC and let them know that I just flew over Chicken Point. I gotta be honest with you, I can't really tell you how this piece of bacon is going to interact based on the fact that this thing is off kilter. All I know is that if I keep on flying, eventually that bacon is going to want to come toward the center. So as you can see, that bacon will eventually want to center itself. Look at that. Boom. A hit right there. This video game kind of lies because it shows the plane as over the cross section here. But if you go into the bird's eye view, it's a little better depending on how you angle it. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that now that this needle is centered on the 330 radial of Bax, I can now tell ATC that we've just crossed over Chicken Point. That is how I understand from as far as using it as a triangulation method. Now, if I were to fly towards Bax, I gotta be honest with you, I would rather this be the 2. I would rather that be 2, and then this can be from. Because that way I can tell that the Dirks, we're gonna call that right there. We're gonna say like that's another version of Chicken Point. So let's say I was flying this path. Then I would say, okay, I crossed Chicken Point because I tuned into the, what is that, the 230 radial of Dirk, since this is the red zone of death. It's the laser beam that's cutting my plane in half. That is how I understand to use from. Beyond that, I don't like from. I like to, because to is simple. You chase the bacon. If the bacon is to the left, you go to the left. If the bacon is to the right, you go to the right. Plumb simple. As soon as you start frumming things, man, then it gets all backwards, and the world goes upside down.
Earthquakes, volcanoes, the dead rising from the grave.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
I just wanted to make this video because this is how I started to intuitively understand VORs. I'm still learning, but I wanted to share this with you because this is also a really cool video game. Again, this is Pilot Institute. It's VOR Simulator. You can download it off their website. It's pretty slick.